taking a look at the standings. There's your top 5, and it is a very top-heavy league right now. As you look at those records, G2, Origin, Mad Lions, Fnatic, Misfits, 4-2 and 6-0.
Yeah, it's a very, very strong region in the top 5. And just outside of the top 5 as well. You have Rogue sitting just outside the top 5, who is not a slouch. They just had a bad week. We'll talk about them, obviously. But G2 Esports is still by far and away the top, well, Lion, I would say.
With
King of the
due
jungle.
respect to Mad Lions, which team gave G2 their toughest test so far, in your opinion?
Rogue. Rogue this weekend, last weekend. I think that they were so darn close. If Soraka wasn't in the game.
As we take a look at the bottom 5 teams, we're going to get to Soraka in a second, and there's Rogue right there at 3-3. And I want to give credit to Finn, actually, because Finn and the LEC players do this very well on a weekly basis. Even if they lose the game, they spend as much time as needed on the desk after the game talking about their game and other games. That's very refreshing to see.
Absolutely, and we've always had conversations about this too. We always think that it is a responsibility as journalists to get both sides of the story, win or loss.
Sure.
And we think that it's great for them to just come and speak out about whatever the loss or win conditions were, what happened. I think it's a really great thing for them.
One quick thing about the bottom half of the standings there. Are you surprised that Schalke is 0-6? I am a little bit. Forgiven. Gilius already subbed out.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about them last week, and I think we had a high ceiling for them, and like if they had started off the split really strong, they would have some momentum there. But they're not. Personally, I don't like seeing, Forgiven on misfortune. He's not. He's known for hyper carries. He's known for high damage, high risk, high reward carries. And putting them on misfortune doesn't really. It's not going to fix it. But I just don't think that they're playing to some of their strengths on that. But is it surprising? No. When you watch their games at this point, no. Looking back, it's not surprising. But we wanted them to perform well. We wanted that old Forgiven who brought H2K to the semifinals in Worlds. Like,
we were there.
We wanted that. We wanted that, and it just didn't happen. And I think Tyler and Emily and Jacob were all kind of in agreement that had they started out stronger with a couple of wins under their belt, it would be a different Schalke with some momentum and a little bit of fire under them.
Just fixing my pocket square looked a little bit. I don't like hosts that have pocket squares that are way too high. You got to tuck it in, folks, okay? That goes to everybody on the desks of the LEC and LCS, and in LEC in particular, who were talking about one of the oldest rivalries in League of Legends, Fnatic and G2. G2 took it with authority, and can I say that G2 made statements in this game?
Well, yes and no. Yes,
they
and
did,
no.
but no, they didn't.
The casters made a good point that whenever you get a Fnatic G2 match, you get good play, good play, good play, fiesta. Good play, good play, good play, fiesta. It's almost a direct quote from the casters, and I agree.
This is right here, Blippo. See you later, Blippo.
This is the exact play I actually wanted to single out.
And Blippo's amazing 1v1 this year. Well, he always is.
Yeah.
Didn't he win at All-Stars too?
I
think he did. Anyway.
Well, Blippo is great, yes. But that last play that was just on the screen was the one that I wanted to point out. At 22 minutes, 30 seconds, Fnatic and the G2 are relatively even. They can go either way. Fnatic decide that they see Wonder in their jungle and they chase after him. They throw ults after him, they throw items after him, and they chase so hard, everything in the chicken sink.
As we do, the screen is showing Reckless KDA before and after the game of G2.
Yep. They throw everything at G2, and G2 just walk away until Perks TP's behind them, and they re-engage because 3 ults are down or 2 ults are down for Fnatic, and all of their items are on cooldown. Fnatic had no chance. I think they just thought that they had invested so much in trying to get this pick on Wonder and a team fight, to initiate a team fight, they blew the whole game away. Right then and there, G2 did not relent. They won easily after that team fight. And you see this.
I know it's gamers too, that's how it began, but in this instance, I think the G stands for groupthink because even if the comms doesn't tell you the truth, I truly believe there was a thought among the team to get Reckless. I think he had 1 death going into this matchup. Like, it was very, very low. And G2 said, you know what? There's the statement we're going to make.
Oh, hey, here's Soraka doing Soraka things. And yeah, I mean.
Okay, let's talk about Soraka. We have Adele on deck, by the way, who's going to break down all things LEC, but let's talk Soraka.
I don't want to. I want her to be deleted.
What? We've been waiting all show.
Okay, so here's the problem that I have with Soraka. She erases. Here's the good thing about Soraka. She opens up strategies and siege opportunities and plays that you cannot otherwise bring out.
Yes.
That is interesting to me. What I don't like is how often and reliable she is at reversing mistakes or misfortunes or the other team's good plays. You don't get rewarded for initiating a team fight on G2 if you're Rogue when Wonder heals everything that you've just done, no matter how good it was. So Soraka, to me, is she's in a toxic place right now. And if you're not picking her, cameraman, if you're not picking her, you should be. If you're not banning her, you should be. And if you can't play her, ban her. Just get her out of the game. And you saw her banned across all the regions this weekend. It's just she brings a different. You have to play her under completely different.
You hate her. You hate Soraka right now.
I don't like the Wambulance.
Dial 9 wham wham, the Wambulance.
Caps had like 200 health left in a fight that Rogue should have
that's Soraka
won.
for you.
I don't like it.
Soraka had been chosen in the 4 major leagues 8 times in history, 7 of those in 2014. We've already eclipsed that number this year.